It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. Ready to get us started, the Aussie punter and kickoff man, Michael Dixon. And off we go from Seattle. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
3rd play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Back to throw here, Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. On is the Chargers punter now. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Fielded at the 33. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. Carson, the 1st down and more. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early. That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 1st quarter lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simple.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Another try after the first down sack. Herbert finding room at the 30 and all the way up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. Through the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
3rd and 2, Herbert. And this one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right?
Herbert's throw there complete to Allen.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what'll happen? They'll flat out take over this game.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert flushed out right. This is swung out to Eckler. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And they're going to face a 3rd down. fake to Eckler. It's Herbert. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, L.A. Jalen Guyton, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Second down and 3. Here's Wilson to throw. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Through one corner, 14-7 our score. Play action. It's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Carson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action now. Wilson dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll make this a 2nd down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Throwing again on second down. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he finds his target, Ebron. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Again, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. No gain on the screen there and second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw again on second down, Wilson. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now Pollard. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is.
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert now. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big gain that time for the Chargers.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Chargers 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open.
Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25.
So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
14,
Play action. Now Wilson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. They go play action with Wilson. This is caught by Antonio Brown. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Charger drive about to get going as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Blesson Austin. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Right here.
Now it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Now Myers for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they just...
He's got a man complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open. And
it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And some space here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Carson, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson, and he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. Here's Wilson. Looks for Lockett once more. This time he's got it. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. Now a give, right side. Carson, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Chargers' 36-yard line.
Here's Wilson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
On 3rd down, it's Carson, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. To try again after the sack. Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're going louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 46 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Jalen Guyton, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. To try here for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Taken in at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. A handoff. It's Eckler. Able to slither by. And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Touchdown, Chargers. Mike Williams, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And now this pass brought in by Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, Carson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Wilson. He'll check that down to Carson. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarter...
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Derwin James with a pick. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
Chargers 42, Seahawks 28.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
It's Eckler again. It looks like he's going to be stopped short of the 1st down by about a yard.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And his kick is indeed good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Here's Wilson to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They're going to pass here with Herbert. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1.
This is swung out to Eckler.
And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. To the air again, Herbert. Eluding the pressure. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Chargers, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.